Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-June right through to mid-July 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I just want you to be mindful. I'm using Gaia chimes, so please turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? And let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who is coming towards you. Also, please be mindful, the energy I'm tapping into is for the next 6 weeks. Okay, so let us begin. Thank you so much, spirit guides, guardian angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What's going on with them right now? Can you show them the way, the path towards love? Who is coming in towards them at this time? So the first card there is the owls, okay? So this can indicate a very sociable energy. And if you're currently searching for your soul tribe, this can indicate that you're about to integrate yourself in some way into some sort of group activity. Now, this could be through a hobby, could also be through an invitation or something connected to the neighborhood that you're in, community-based, or it could be work-related, some sort of event. You know, when you get the owl's energy, it can indicate that there's some sort of gathering. Could be a family celebration or friends coming together, you know, housewarming party, barbecue, wedding, engagement, that sort of energy. So whether you are currently searching for your soul tribe or you have friendship groups already, I definitely see here that, you know, this is a time to get sociable and connect to things that bring you joy, passion. You know, some of you, it can be that you are deciding to get involved in some sort of charitable work that brings people together because there is a synergy here of you and other people. And I feel this is where you will meet someone where at first it's very flirtatious. There's an energy here of you kind of like wanting to get to know a person, but this person is your soulmate. We have the dog coming up there, and that represents a soulmate energy in the Lenormand deck. So this is quite exciting, actually. But some of you with that lily energy in the resistance position, this can indicate some of you have withdrawn from the dating scene for a little while because you're fed up, or there's no one, you know, giving you that spark. There's no one that you're attracted to. There's no chemistry, as it were, with that lily in that resistance position, but it will turn into the upright, and that's really exciting there because we have the owls, okay? Now, this is your protagonist energy. So this is how you're approaching dating in the next coming weeks, or, you know, your life in general. I feel a lot of you, you're just trying to go out there and have fun. you know, trying to integrate, go to invitations, festivals, or just really try to, you know, inform yourself in some way. Because there are owls on this card, you know, this is the birds card basically in the Lenormand deck, but because there are owls on this particular card, this can be that you are gathering new knowledge or informing yourself in a different way through experiences at this time. So some of you may be invited by a friend somewhere, or you could actually be joining some sort of group activity where you gain knowledge or upskill or get a qualification, certification, for example. Doesn't have to be, because this card indicates that you're feeling a little bit frustrated. You know, when it comes to love, you've waited a long time. It's number 12, which is hangman energy. It can indicate that you felt almost like your dating life is suspended, that things have been turned upside down. It's really challenging to meet the person of your dreams. And you may have felt that the sort of people that you're meeting right now, they're very flighty or very inconsistent. That's the energy that I'm seeing in your reading. You may feel that people are only looking for the physical or for a quick fix in the moment, but you're looking for something a little bit long term with that dog energy. Now, always look up the meanings of the cards. This is the Lenormand deck, okay? And this is an indication that you are actually also going to hear that someone has a crush on you. I want you to be aware of that, okay? This can indicate some gossip, okay? So that's coming through very strongly. But this person, I have to say, I'm going to pull a quick card on it actually. I feel this person is very physically attracted to you. Let's see where this is going. I feel this is not the person that you're about to meet that is your soulmate. I got to be honest with you there. So we'll tap into that now in a moment. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Someone has a crush on my beautiful Virgo. Can you please highlight? Four of Cups. Okay. So Four of Cups means basically you wouldn't be like interested in this person. You'd be a little bit closed off to this person. The Four of Cups can indicate that it's almost like you're not really wanting to get involved in this person, and the universe is about to send you someone new. It's like you're waiting for someone that you are not connected to at this moment in time. You know, Four of Cups can indicate that you're aware of this person, but you look at the relationship between you both, whereas the possibility to blur the lines, as it were, but you're looking at the relationship objectively and seeing the truth of the situation, taking stock. So I feel like you may let this person down, okay? That's coming through there. Six of Swords, yeah, I feel like you're moving forward and without that person, okay? So there is someone who has a crush. Now, this could be someone who's in your everyday circumstances. Could be right down to like a coffee store, coffee house. If you go to one for coffee, it could be someone who works there or someone who sees you in there every day, for example. For some of you, it could be someone that you are friends with, for example, and it could be that they're having feelings there. But the Six of Swords tells me that, you know, you are exploring uncharted territory, as it were, and I feel like you're moving on from this discussion. This person will make it known that they have feelings for you, but I feel like you'll let them down gently, because the Six of Swords is a very nice card to step away with a lot of respect and love. So you know, that's coming through there. But I feel where you meet this new person, my beautiful Virgo, I do see a lot of you there will meet this new person in some sort of group activity, a gathering, okay? Because the birds tend to mean, you know, you talking to someone new, feeling a bit anxious about your love life at this time, because the lily, of course, is in the resistance position. So it can indicate there's no chemistry between you and a person right now, or, you know, there's no one really giving you that spark that makes you feel attracted to them. Because, of course, you know, my readings are not about aesthetics, but there has to be chemistry in connection, you know, so I feel like you're not settling for second best, you're waiting for the one there. But also this card, it can indicate that some of you, especially since it's in the reverse energy, it can indicate that some of you, like your motivation or your mojo has been lacking. It can indicate that you're prioritizing other things at this time. You've put your dating life on hold because there's no one out there that's sparking your attention. So why would you give any of your energy to it? It may be intermittent, where you suddenly dip in occasionally to see if there's anyone out there, or go to events and you don't meet anyone, and then you end up disappointed because that Four of Cups came out there, and it's like the search continues. However, I feel like you're not searching, as it were, when you meet this new person. I do feel like you're doing something that you're passionate about or excited to attend is what I'm seeing there. And, you know, this is a card of creativity. It's a card of sensuality. It's a card of physical connection, but also something that's long term, that has the potential that starts with that chemistry to bloom and blossom into something really exciting. But some of you may feel like right now your dating life is dead in the water, because the lilies can represent, you know, the flowers of the dead. So it can indicate that, you know, there is this energy of you wondering if love will ever visit you or you will ever connect to a person. And the answer is yes, because we have that dog energy there. Now, this is the card of the soulmate in the Lenormand deck. It literally represents, you know, you meeting a companion, someone who is strong enough to walk by your side, someone who's loyal, someone who wants to take the journey of life and love with you. And it's number 18, which is the moon energy, okay? And that can indicate not just feelings that are hidden coming to light. I've already highlighted that with a person, but I feel like you're not interested in that person. But it also indicates, like, out of the blue, you're being aligned with someone who is your forever person. And I feel like you've waited a long time for this to come on in, but I feel it's going to be worth the wait, as it were, with this card there, because this person, you know, they have a good heart. They're someone who is very instinctive, they're passionate, they're loyal, there's a lot of comfort. This person feels like home. It feels like you've known this person for a long time, and I'm actually being given that you may have a dream regarding this person, and then suddenly, weirdly, when, you know, you meet this person, it kind of plays out a little bit, but you may not remember this person's face from your dream, okay? So that's something that's coming out there. You know, I feel, yeah, you dream of this person. How wonderful. There's going to be a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I dreamt of this person, or I dreamt of this moment, and this is the person. But I feel this person is going to be loyal for life, okay? And vice versa. I feel like as soon as you meet each other, it feels so comfortable and organic. And also, I'm being shown in the water, you know, those really old-fashioned torches? Gosh, it's like long wooden pole, and there's some sort of like cup, I don't know what it's called, it's some sort of cup on the end of it that has like a torch, a flame. So I mean, this could be symbolic that this person like relights your fire, as it were, because of that lily in the resistance position. It feels like you're lit when you meet this person. But also it could be that where you meet this person or where you go on a date with this person, there's going to be those very kind of like beautiful torches, natural light. It could be this person is a light bringer, perhaps. Yeah, it feels like a very freeing, refreshing experience. Okay, so is there love coming for you? The answer is yes, okay? A lot of you, it will be connected to something that you're passionate about or that you feel called to go to. But let's go to the Celtic Cross to see a little bit more, the details, as it were, of your journey to meeting this person. Your first card there is the Death card. I said it, right? Some of you feel like your love life is over, but it's only just beginning. I feel like there is transformation and change here. The Death card can indicate that in this pause that you've been experiencing, you are releasing old cycles of repeat, cathartically letting go of ghosts of the past or experiences that have perhaps shaped who you are, but have impeded your future happiness. You know, if some of you are shy, it can be that you're building in confidence at this time. The Death card can also indicate that some of you are healing from a breakup or, you know, the ending of a past experience, and you're creating space for new love to come on in. Also, it can indicate that you're breaking old habits, that you're erecting healthier boundaries, and that you are, you know, basically getting ready for a new chapter of your life. You know, the Death card is all change, and something is about to transform for you. We do have a Five of Pentacles there. It's crossing your energy. This can indicate that there has been a lack of opportunity when it comes to the dating scene, that there's no one out there that's really, you know, ticking all the boxes, as it were. It can indicate that sometimes, you know, it's been hard. You've been going through some struggles. There is a longingness of wanting to be in a high-level commitment, but you're not going to, you know, settle for anything that you truly, you know, don't wish to connect to. I feel there is this energy as well of perhaps some of you, not all of you, being the victim, or I want to rephrase that because it's not really a victim. I feel like you've taken back your power in this situation, but you may have encountered an abandonment. Either someone ghosted you or someone walked out on a relationship or gave up on something, because the Five of Pentacles can be to abandon or feel abandoned. Some of you may feel like you're left out by the universe. Like, why is it that you're looking around and seeing a lot of people out there connected and in connections where everyone seems to be in love, as it were, and you're like, well, what's going on with me? I feel like you've been walking a solitary path because you're vibing higher than a lot of people. You are a light bringer, which requires self-preservation. And, you know, when you are vibing higher, you will have periods of alone time just because you are downloading a lot more information and knowledge about yourself, about your calling, about humanity. And it can be a lonely existence at times, but I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. I can see that Four Cups has shown up again for you, even in a different deck, okay? And this highlights that my guides are saying I meant what I said. Four Cups. Just when you least expected, new love is going to come on in. And you may have to let someone down first before you meet the love of your life, okay? So we do have the Knight of Wands there as well. It's on the grounding position, so this can indicate on the earthly plane, you attract a lot of attention. You know, you're someone who is very passionate. You're so ready for a new adventure, but you may be meeting people who are very physically attracted to you, or not looking for substance in a relationship. I kid you not. You've just got a Six of Swords as well. Okay. In this deck, we got the Four Cups and a Six of Swords. In this deck, we've also got a Four Cups and a Six of Swords. Okay. So this is a high indication that both decks are vibing at the same frequency, connected to my beautiful Virgos out there for the next 6 weeks. And some of you may be relocating or traveling at this time, but I feel like you're called to explore new territory, or, you know, maybe even see your neighborhood in a different way. Because when you've got Hangman energy with your first card with the number 12 there, this can indicate that, you know, you're looking at something with new eyes or a new perspective. So it can be that there's new events, pop-up events in your neighborhood, for example, or perhaps you're going just a little bit further afield from your neighborhood, just outside. Or, I mean, some of you could literally be going to a new destination, because the Six of Swords is to cross water. So some of you could be traveling, and there could be some sort of event or activity that calls to you on that vacation. Look at that, Queen of Cups. You're so ready to fall in love there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Grand Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know regarding the person who's coming in towards them, regarding love? The Knight of Pentacles. So, yeah, we've got a Knight of Wands here, which is earthly energy, as I mentioned, and it is a Knight of Wands. So this highlights to me that there is a flirtation, or there is some sort of connection with a person that you feel is transient or not going to have a long-term position in your life romantically. And then we've got that Knight of Pentacles as your outcome card. There is a solid relationship coming in, someone who's very traditional, someone who's determined to win your heart, someone who, you know, they see you and they want to open their world up to you and share their life with you. So let's get to your cards. You know, that Death card is your foundation card, which basically means rebirth, okay? A lot of you, it feels like an awakening. For some of you, it can be that you've been prioritizing other things in your life right now. Life has been challenging. Five of Pentacles can indicate that, you know, you may be focused on your finances at this time. Financially, you may have been worried about some things, but I definitely see here that you are going to return to better times. There's new money coming on in for you. This is not a money reading, but because we have the Five of Pentacles, it can indicate that, you know, some of you feel financially things have changed, and you know, you're just focusing on stability at this time. And I feel with that Knight of Pentacles, something is coming in to help you financially, if that's you. But the Death card For some of you, not all of you, this can indicate that you are either grieving a part of your old life, or something within you has completely changed and now you want different things in a relationship. Things that perhaps you thought about many years ago, they may not be the most important things now. There may be new things as you evolve, and you may be deciding that you're not going to waste your time with anybody who doesn't tick the majority of your boxes, as it were. But you know, the death card, it's never the end of something, it changes form. The death card is a transition card. It means rebirth. It means, you know, the phoenix literally rising from the ashes. So if you've gone through a very damaging experience when it comes to love in the past, I feel like you've broken that cycle, you've learned from that, and now you're setting yourself free to rise up. I mean, I definitely see here that you're having a glow up, because we have that Queen of Cups energy. You're someone who's very attractive, but the Five of Pentacles can indicate for some of you, it's taken you a long time to, you know, have confidence within yourself, especially if you've been in a high-level commitment in the past where someone tried to grind you down, break your confidence. There may have been a sudden change in your circumstances, because the Five of Pentacles can represent that, but I feel like your prayers are being answered. You are going to align here with a person who is stable, secure, someone who's loyal, makes an effort, someone who works hard to make life work, and is not going to bolt at the first sign of challenge, because life is challenging. You know, relationships, they're wonderful, but they require work. So it can indicate that you've met people in the past who perhaps could not step up, so you had to step out of the connection. You know, the Five of Pentacles can also indicate that there's a void. When it comes to your dating life, you've been put on pause on purpose because you have a mission, a soul purpose, a calling that you have to connect to at this time. But I love that your Five of Pentacles is the crossing card, because you read the reverse as well as the upright, and the reverse is actually more positive than the upright, which means that where there was lack, suddenly there is a discovery of something new. So it can indicate that which you feel like you don't have right now, suddenly you're about to receive it. Blessings will be delivered there. So I do feel that there is an energy of two very independent people who've had very similar journeys coming together, and it will turn into a high-level commitment. It is an opportunity to explore love on a different level. I just heard a song, it's just coming through, Bring Me a Higher Love. Okay, I can't really remember right now off the top of my head who sings that. It's very famous, and I'm going to kick myself. Perhaps my guides can give me the name of the artist who sings that. Bring Me a Higher Love. Oh, I'm just hearing the song, and it's just that part. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I don't want to waste your wonderful time, but it may come to me at some point in the reading, or my guides will give it to me. They haven't at this moment in time. I want you to be aware of that. So listen out for that song, because it can be something that will play in the next coming weeks that is like a signpost from the universe that you're about to meet the one. This song has come up before in a reading, maybe many months or years ago. I can't really remember, but it may have even come up for your sign. So I feel it is kind of coming up again to indicate that sometimes we're put on pause on purpose so that the right person can come in when you've created a foundation for that to happen, but you had to honor your own needs. The Queen of Cups indicates self-care. It indicates, you know, a need to take care of yourself emotionally and reinvest that energy in self. Okay, and this is the path that you've been walking at this time. Now, as I said, the earthly plane, the Knight of Wands, when you apply it to your energy, it means that some of you, you know, there is this desire for new, wanting new adventures, wanting to, you know, get excited about life again, reignite that spark. So some of you, with that lily in the resistance position, it can indicate that you haven't been motivated to look for love because it just feels like it's, you know, a challenging place right now. It's oversaturated. There's no one there that you're really connecting to. But for some of you, this can be travel as well. There is an exciting opportunity or an invitation coming in, something that you're going to be looking forward to. And if you have not received that yet, I mean, it could even be like a poster of an event where you're like, oh my gosh, I would love to go to that. That's something I'm so into. And maybe you haven't seen that poster yet. It can be that you're going to see that poster in the next 6 weeks, for example, and it's going to, my guides are giving me a word in the water, gathering. Okay, there's a gathering. I'm definitely like being given this gathering energy. Okay, people coming together for a period of time. So it could be something that you're preparing to go to at this time, and if not, it will be something you will come across that you will attend. Okay, now the Knight of Wands can tell me that you've met a player in the past, someone who is very physically attracted to you and perhaps wants more, but is not emotionally available to offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire at this time. So I feel a lot of you with that Death card and the Five of Pentacles, you're so exhausted with people who are just, you know, wanting the physical. It can also indicate that flirtation is nice. It gives you a spring in your step, you know, and it highlights that you are super attractive. And, you know, you should know this about yourself, but sometimes we don't, especially with the Five of Pentacles. It can indicate that, you know, there's an insecurity that you're overcoming at this time, or you're a little bit shy. You know, we all go through periods like that. I remember many, many years ago when I was single, that, you know, a person came into a place where I worked, okay? And I was like, wow, who is that? Okay, and when it comes to, you know, being attracted to a person, I somehow get really tongue-tied, and, you know, it's almost like the words get stuck in my throat. I'm like, normally I'd say, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, and I talk, no problem. But then if I'm like instantly attracted to someone and there's an energy burst between us, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why it happens like that, but it used to happen like that, okay? And suddenly I went up to this person, and it was my job to greet this person at the time. So I went to greet them, and I was like, blah, blah, of course, and we both kind of laughed at the situation, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I said, I just need an extra coffee today, and I just made a joke out of it rather than say, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. I want to get to know who you are. And then as I was, you know, greeting them, and we sort of moved on from that joke, they actually said, well, we've met before. And I was like, what? I would remember this person if, you know, we'd met before. But we had met before, but I was in a previous relationship. So when I'm in a relationship, I got no eyes for nobody else, right? So I didn't even remember this person because I was so like completely smitten with a past, you know, relationship. So, you know, I was like, what? But what I found out was that, you know, as you move through life, you realize that a person who feels really comfortable to talk to, someone who basically makes you feel like home, that's the person, because normally when you're like, blah, 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 sometimes that can highlight that there is a very instant physical chemical reaction between you and a person that can get explored, of course, but, you know, it brings out that shyness because your body is like ultimately going, no. Your body's kind of telling you, no, 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 I know there's an attraction here, but your soulmate is about to come on in and we need to shut this down. So sometimes, you know, this can be a factor. So if you're wondering sometimes why you're a little bit shy or tongue-tied, it can be your guides kind of stepping in or the energy shifting in order to make sure that you find it hard to connect to that person because the right person is about to come on in. Now, that's really random. This reading's not about me, and sometimes it pops out in the water, things that I've gone through in order to give you what I can feel or I can see for your future, for example. So if there's someone that you meet where you're like, blah, 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 okay, like I was, then just note the feelings. Doesn't mean they're not for you at this time. It can be that both of you are going through some stuff and there's a slight misalignment, but you know, in time, suddenly it feels more organic and natural. So that's coming through. But what I do see here for a lot of you, there is a flirtation or there's some sort of connection that you may flirtatiously find alluring or magnetic, but ultimately there's someone new coming on in here where it feels like home. Okay, so that's something that's coming in there for you. Now, we have the Three of Wands, and it's in the past position. Three of Wands indicates you've been waiting and observing and, you know, watching for a long time. You've been on that shore, okay? You know, the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot has a Three of Wands figure that stands there with two wands behind them and one wand in their hand. But they also have the world in their hand. The world is your oyster. This is an opportunity that indicates the wait is over. You're aligning with the right person. You're on the right path, but you know, the time is now, as it were. So some of you, you could have prepared for an event or travel, for example, because the Three of Wands is to, you know, prepare your plans, but also it's a gathering. So if you have not received an invitation or you are not attending something where you integrate, I definitely see here that you will get something come through there. But this could be a promise to yourself to get more sociable or get more involved in your neighborhood activities, for example. As you can see there, there's lots of figures, and they're in the water. So this can indicate that you're about to meet a person where there is healing or cathartic energy, or this new person that comes in, they've gone through a very cathartic experience. They've had some sort of similar journey as you, not the same, of course, but I feel like they respect love and the journey of love because of how intimate it is. I feel like this person has been in a relationship in the past, the one you're about to meet, and I feel like they have been hurt in the past as well. So they're not going to take love for granted, is what I'm being given there. But the Three of Wands, I feel like there is this energy right now of you aligning with the person who is, meant for you. I mean, the Three of Wands really means, when you look it up and break it down, it means success through being in the right place at the right time. But you must plan to be there. You will have a vision. The Three of Wands is a visionary, seeing, the vision of their world, of what they aspire to accomplish. And then, of course, there is movement. Six of Wands indicates you accomplish it. You started off with a vision of like, okay, I want a relationship like this. What does a person look like that you want to be with? What kind of traits do you require in a relationship? All these things are visions of your future. So I feel with that Four of Cups as your potential position, this indicates that a lot of you are fed up with your experiences in love, or you've learned that love is transient or leaves or sometimes is painful. Your expectation of love has not been met in some way with the Four of Cups, and it can indicate that you've been closed off because you don't want to waste your time, and instead you've decided to prioritize your own needs. But the Four of Cups here, it indicates that just when you are like completely giving up or lost hope or faith in love, suddenly, the universe comes in with an extra cup. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a very turbulent cloud on that Four of Cups. And out of that turbulent cloud comes a hand from the universe, a cup of love, a cup that is larger than all of the other cups, meaning your great love story is about to unfold and your love life is not over, okay? So I feel when you least expect it, you're about to meet this person. But again, that Three of Wands tells me you're going to be in some sort of group activity when you meet this person. Now, the Page of Pentacles is there. This is in your next 6 weeks. This can indicate an invitation because pages bring news. I mean, this particular figure is outdoors. So it could be an outdoorsy event. It doesn't have to be, of course. For some of you, it could be connected to work. It could be some sort of like networking event, or it could be like a garden party or some sort of like event that's connected to work, some sort of group activity. And it can bring people from different departments together, or even different branches together, for example. If you're retired, this could also be an event that you pay for that brings people together, a gathering. But also it could be that you are going on a vacation or some sort of travel, because you have a lot of travel cards here. You have that Six of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands, and you have the Three of Wands, which is, an indication that some of you have planned a trip or are looking forward to traveling and booking something. This could be the next 6 weeks where you book something or you decide to invest in something, because the Page of Pentacles is basically effort to invest in something, to apply for something, or apply yourself to do something that changes your life, okay? It can be also a course of study or learning. You are the student of life, and no matter your age, you're young at heart, and this is about exploring what your heart really wants and investing in it. Whenever you get Pentacles, it means, something that you've been thinking about becomes real on the physical plane. So I feel this is a materialization, as it were, of something that you wish for, because we have that star there. This could even be a family gathering for some of you, because it's a very earthy energy and there's a tree there, so that can indicate that, you're having a glow up there. A lot of you, there is this energy of you grounding yourself and, taking accountability for your life, being responsible for the next steps. I mean, also, if you look up the meaning of the Page of Pentacles, it can be a very sociable card. It means to integrate into society, take one step, So I definitely see here that some of you are kind of like making a move towards being in the right place to meet this person who's coming on in for you. Now we have that Six of Swords. It's in your advice to yourself in this moment position. The Six of Swords can be to get over something, you know, gone through a very turbulent emotional time. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you have been grieving a part of your life in some way, or you have gone through a separation and you've been feeling bereft. Six of Swords means you're protected and redirected. And if you've experienced a rejection in a past relationship, sometimes people are removed from our lives because they've taught us a lesson. And now the next stage is to meet the person that you're meant to be with long term. So the Six of Swords indicates protection and redirection towards the true path that you're meant to be on. Also, the Six of Swords can indicate, as I said, traveling across water, but ultimately it's about coming out of your comfort zone and exploring new territory. So I feel like a lot of you are in uncharted territory. And it can be that if you've been in a long-term relationship in the past and suddenly you find yourself single, it can feel like a very discombobulating experience and you feel a little bit like on autopilot, a little bit bereft. But I feel like you are reigniting your spark to rediscover yourself, your independence. And I feel like you are protected, and I feel like you're going to be guided towards the person that you're meant to be with. But you had to have this pause on purpose to really, you know, invest in self-care, preservation at this time. And we have that Six of Wands. Now this is circumstances outside of yourself position. Six of Wands indicates you're allowing yourself to be seen, and I feel, of course, you're connecting to a wish that will be delivered. There is a little genie's lamp there, so it's basically saying, what do you wish for? Where you're aligning right now with those stars to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. So if love has not been your priority at this time, I feel like you're making yourself a priority and you're doing something that you're passionate about. I mean, some of you, there may even be a competitive element to it, or, you know, for some of you, this could be an accomplishment. It could be that you're integrating in a group activity where you accomplish something, certification, qualification, or some sort of, you know, fulfillment. If you're doing some sort of charitable work, for example, it can be that, you know, you're raising people up and feeling fulfilled because you're actually helping other people. So please apply it to your situation. It's going to be different for everybody. But ultimately, the Six of Wands for everybody is success. It means a breakthrough. It means that you're finally seen in a relationship, but you must take the initiative to take one step towards an activity or something physical, because wands are always physical. Can be something that you're excited about, passionate about, a hobby or something. And I feel this is about you radiating your beautiful light and being noticed. Okay, it's like you're going to notice people being attracted to you at this time, giving you attention. And out of that, there is this desire, almost like an awakening, where you want to open up to love again. Especially since that Queen of Cups is there. This is the hope and a fear position. A lot of you are wondering, are you ever going to fall in love? Or are you going to be in love again if you have been in the past? And the answer is yes. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. I feel this is the beginning of a love story for you, and I feel that there is a transformation. As you can see, there's two pairs of hands there coming together with that Queen of Cups, which basically means two very strong, independent individuals coming together and, you know, uniting in a union. There's an affinity between you both. And also, of course, the fear is meeting someone who is insecure and secretive, or someone who's emotionally unavailable. I feel like you've been there, done that, had that experience. And for some of you, if you've been walking a very solitary path your whole life, if you've not been connected to anybody, I feel that you'll meet this person on your sense of purpose path. But also, I feel like, you know, you were called to invest in yourself and your family, but now you will open yourself up to share your life with another, is what I'm seeing there with that energy. So moving on to your final card, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like, you know, you're going to enter into a very protected relationship. The Knight can represent a person, and it can be someone who has Earth in their chart. But also, you know, this can be that a lot of you, if you've been, you know, focusing on your projects, you've been working really hard, it is time to, you know, keep your eyes peeled, as it were, because you're about to meet a relationship that is protected. You have a contract with this person. And I'm going to pull a card on this because, as you can see right at the top, it's like that little wish is presiding there, that large star is there, and it highlights that you're being guided, you're following something in order to get to the place that you're meant to be at. The Knight of Pentacles can basically indicate a very stable relationship that is kind, that is traditional in value, someone who preserves the sanctity of love or marriage. You know, this is a person who is interested in like health and their body. There's someone who has been through some stuff and they're still standing, is what I'm seeing there. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Knight of Pentacles for you, just to see a little bit more. I mean, I would say in the next 6 weeks that you either get really interested in an event, or you get invited to something, or you're involving yourself in something. But I would say that you don't meet this person until after the 6 weeks I'm reading for. Okay. Oh. Okay, those came out. Okay. And what I'm loving about it is that we got the King of Cups. King of Cups there. Okay. So that indicates a divine counterpart, someone who is romantically linked to you, a couple who fall in love. Okay, so I definitely see here that you will be falling in love and you're meeting a person who has the highest love that love has to offer. Now we have the Hermit energy. This can indicate, of course, that you've been in a solitary energy, but also it can indicate that you may meet this person where there is some sort of knowledge or spiritual like revelation. This could be an epiphany, a personal epiphany. But also the Hermit can indicate that if you have been in hermit mode, it is time to, you know, integrate. You have the Hangman. I knew the Hangman was like presiding over your reading there. We have the Hangman there. Note that you have a lot of major arcana cards. You have the Hangman, you have the Hermit, you have the Moon. So the Moon can indicate that you've been going through shadow self, cathartically letting go of some emotions there. It can also indicate that you're someone who has been called to rewild, you know, to reignite your spark, be independent, enjoy your solitary energy in order to focus on your purpose path. The Hangman, I definitely see you kind of like looking at your neighborhood in a different way. We also have the Queen of Swords, okay, and the Chariot. Some of you may actually be invited by friends to an event. You know, it can also indicate that when you first meet this person, that you're a little bit guarded or a little bit detached, but I feel like, you know, you're so ready to take the next step with this person. Queen of Swords can indicate your plans as well, that you're currently, you know, cutting out something from your past, moving on from something. Some of you with that Queen of Swords, it can indicate that you've been divorced or you're going through a divorce right now and it's challenging. But with the Chariot card, it really highlights that you're moving on from something and the future is bright. And it is a card of triumph. It's a card of like not giving up on something and moving forward. And of course, travel for some of you. It could be a relocation to a new neighborhood. It could be, you know, a trip to a group activity where you try to accomplish something and actually you meet a person there that you get on really well with and they become a bestie and they invite you to something. So please apply it to your situation. It can happen in many forms, but what I can see is the trajectory here where you are about to fall in love. Okay, I do see that you are going to be in a high level commitment. So we have communication, we have spy. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's already someone who has feelings for you, and this is going to be communicated, someone who's attracted to you there. We have strings, okay, and as you can see, there's no strings attached there. Very passionate. I did mention this. There's some sort of flirtation or some sort of like connection. First, I feel like you'd let this person down. Yeah, and then we have a relationship coming on in. So again, even in a different deck, it's highlighting the same thing. So we have communication there, okay, very romantic in nature, but also this can be an invitation to an event or a place where you will find commitment, okay? But also, as I mentioned earlier, we have spy, so someone's already interested in you. This can indicate someone, you know, they find you very attractive, they check out your social media, they check out to see what you're up to, but it's connected to this card, strings, okay? And as you can see, there's no strings attached there. And of course, very passionate flame. But I feel this is an encounter. This could be a flirtation, could be something physical in nature. I feel like you don't want to attach yourself to this, whatever it is, because that Four of Cups says you're looking elsewhere. And then we have effort, Okay, so I feel like there's a nourishing relationship coming in, but I feel like you instigate going to a place or decide to go somewhere. And of course, we have trust, a commitment. You know, two people trusting that love is the path ahead of them and love knows the way. And I feel you will meet this person, and it's a very supportive relationship there as well. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or room before we close. Okay. Oh, so we have a cap and scroll. So this can be knowledge. For some of you, it could be, as I mentioned, you may be educating yourself on something or have a course that you're going to attend. It could also be a conversation about education, or perhaps someone works in the education field, okay, that you're about to meet. I feel like this person's highly intelligent for sure. But also it can be that you're the student of life and you're learning that sometimes we get locked into a cycle of repeat or routine, and we get a little bit antsy. You know, that owl's energy there, the birds can represent frustration. Something new needs to come in. There needs to be change. So you're shaking things up. And we have a guitar. Okay, interesting. This also has strings, but the guitar can represent your passions, music, vibration, changing your vibration to align with someone else who sings your soul song. There's 2 stars right there on this guitar as well, so it can indicate right now someone is wishing to be with you. They haven't met you yet, but they're wishing for a love like yours, and you're about to come into each other's sphere, and I feel like there's an intense connection, a vibration that just matches, okay? And there may be some sort of connection to music or guitar. Perhaps you or this person plays guitar, or maybe this is a passion that you want to learn or that you want to reconnect to. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Virgo. Thank you so much, and love and light.